YouTube channel. I am super excited that you tune in again. Thank you so much. So let's talk about just like the title of this video. I'll be talking about how to set the right career goals in your 20s. Your 20s are your most energetic, age. I'm not saying that you're not going to be energetic down the line, but your 20s, there are a lot of things happening, the buzz and the buzz, and it's very important that uh, I must say that whatever you do in your 20s can literally affect your 30s, your 40s, and your 50s. So let's talk about how to set the right career. Uh, I'm just going to share from my own perspective. I'm not like a career coach, but I feel like you will definitely learn a lot. I started my own career at the age of 13, and what happened was I had just finished high school. Yes, I just finished high school, and I was waiting to be admitted into the university. I also have gotten the admission settled, but I think there was this national strike, so the admission was kind of delayed to the next year. So I was just looking at myself that what will I be doing? What, do I just sit down at home? And I decided to say, oh, I can actually start teaching in a primary school. I went to the nearby primary school, and voila, I was given the access to actually teach. So I thought, and that was where I officially started my career. And then after some while, I had to quit. I had to, should I say, I resigned because I needed to go back to school. So your 20s, I'm just going to be sharing 5 tips. Number one tip is that I need to let you know that education is not a scam. If anybody had told you, or the society situations or examples are telling you that education is a scam, you need to stop it now. Education is just, it's not a scam. So literally, a lot of people come in, get into uni, maybe in their 18s or in their 19s or whatever the age that you get in. I'm sure you wouldn't be finishing until your 20s, although some people actually finished earlier. But I would say that is in your 20s is you have to focus on educating yourself. You have to focus on building your own educational portfolio or your profile. So that means you need to, whatever you're doing, you have to make sure that you're coming out of school excellently. I know people will say that so on, but even if you don't have to, you want to make sure that whatever you are being taught in school, you actually mastered it. And sometimes some people actually choose a wrong career in their first phase. So even their 20s, another opportunity for you to re-enroll and get yourself educated. So it's very important that you go to school in your 20s, because that is one of the first background of your career. Because what is career if you don't go to school? So you go to school and you come out excellently well. Number two is that you need to actually be more productive. Like, be productive when it comes to your career goals. Like, what do I mean by productive? Like, you want to try your hands on several things. So for me, why even when I was in uni, I was doing several stuffs. Like, I was volunteering. I remember I even learned some skills. I learned how to do some level of bidding. Yes, I did bidding. But, depending on the career goal that you set for yourself, you need to start positioning yourself. Someone usually say that you don't have to leave the four walls of the school before you start preparing for your future. Right here in the four walls of the school, you can start preparing. So you can actually, like, for example, let's say that you're looking at going into maybe policy. I don't want to talk about like the common career. The common career. I studied botany, and I can tell you that I'm not practicing botany now. But does that mean that what I studied in botany has not affected what I'm currently doing? I work in the non-profit. It has. It has. Obviously, the biological sciences is kind of connected to like health, or it might not be like health, human health. So that's what I'm saying. So you have to lay your hands on several things. You have to start volunteering. I remember the first international opportunity that I got. It was through the archive of, it was the archive of everything that I usually do volunteering wise while I was on campus. So you need to be very productive. Number three, in your 20s, when you're building your career towards your career goals, you need to build your relationship. Like, relationship is everything. If you have had it, and in case you don't hear it, there's a popular quote that says that 80% of the jobs are out of the 80, or let's say out of the 100 jobs that are available, 80% are not advertised, 80% are through recommendations or referral. I also remember that I got like two of my jobs. My real job, like high paying job through referral. Somebody just said, "Oh, if I go and apply to this, I know somebody I know." So you need to build your relationship. So if you are not, that your classmate that you are seeing might not be your classmates like in the next 10 years, it might just be an head of an organization. So you want to invest in in your relationship. So back in uni, I know that the way, because I stayed on campus, so it was literally easier for me to actually build friendships. I was staying in at a point like throughout my 4 years that I spent on campus, I was staying at different hostels. So I was literally building relationship. I was building relationship with my roommates. I was building relationship with my floor mates. I was building relationship with my all mates. Where I go, before you even get to your department, you build relationship, you build networks, you just expand your network in your faculty. There's something you are doing together with other people. It is the time for you actually to build relationship, like a really good relationship, because you can just get to in the future and then they'll be the one to connect you, or even you'll be the one to actually connect them. So the next thing is you want to invest in certification. Certification is a lot. I know that you are in uni, or you have actually have your degree, which is a good plus. But another thing is that professionally, there are some professional certifications that you need to invest in. So this is the time for you to. I think one of the things I wish I did early before I started, giving birth or coming to motherhood, was getting my PMP certification. I wish I did. I think at that point I was just like, oh, do I really need it? Do I not need it? But I wish I could. So don't be like me. This is the time for you to invest in your certification. I know, like, let's not be sincere. Everybody don't really have exactly all their plan cut out. There are a little bit of dark areas, that you're not sure of. How is my career going to go? A lot of people don't know, and that's why it is good that you get, I mean, the, what will I call it, useful, certification. So if you ask me what are the certifications that you can get when you are not sure of your career, number one is that you want to get yourself digitally trained. Yeah. So I know that then, why back in the days, I took a course by Google. It was Google Digital Skills, and that actually exposed me to the tech world. So you want to get certifications, maybe tech certifications, maybe language certifications. Yes, it's not like, I know people then they usually learn French, Spanish, if you can. I met a friend, that currently works in ECOWAS. Later became a friend that currently work in ECOWAS. Funny enough, the guy also went to OAU like myself, but we met like, I think we met last year, and this guy is a Yoruba guy, and he can speak like 5 languages. So I was not asking him, how come you're able to speak 5 languages? He can speak Spanish, he can speak French, Portuguese, I think another English, and also Yoruba, and I think it's another international language. And he told me then that, okay, during the strike or where there is break, he just put himself into education, I mean, into learning new languages. And look at this guy today. This guy works with ECOWAS. Obviously, you want to get those jobs, like all those top, like high rank jobs. You need to learn another language, especially when you are going to be dealing with like diplomats or different from, I mean, people from different nationality. So your own certification might just be education. Your own certification might just be tech skills. Your own certification might be in line with what you want to do. Also, you want to attend as many meetings as possible, conferences. I know in your 20s, you want to enjoy your friends, you want to hang out, you want to have fun. But I want to say that what I would say is that you want to also invest in attending conferences, valuable conferences, because like the best way you can actually work in the right direction with respect to your career is looking for somebody that is already doing what you love to do. So I remember then that, back in when I was in my 20s, I usually attend conferences like Jimmy Tewe. There's this free conference that I hold in Ibadan. Then I attend, and not just even attend, I also find myself that I volunteer. I usually attend several conferences. At a time, I became a speaker. I was being invited to speak at several conferences. So you want to also like attend conferences, as many as possible that you can attend. I'm not saying that you should not abandon your education to focus on conferences, but you want to attend conferences because what that does for you is that it opens your eyes to possibility outside the four walls of the school. You also see yourself in another people. You have like a brighter picture. Like I came into non-profit because I've been hearing people do non-profit, and I attended. There's this woman, that I give my flower to. I just knew that she was into non-profit. I love what she was doing, and I inquired, what is this thing about? And before I know it, she told me it's non-profit, and I came fully into non-profit, and I really enjoyed it. I think one of these days I'll actually talk about if you are passionate about nonprofit, how to get into the field. So you want to attend conferences as much as possible, So let's just take a back seat and let me roll what I've said before. Number one is that you want to invest in your education, make sure that you are coming out with the good grades. And if you are not happy with your first grade, you can actually pursue next. And number two, I said that be productive, lay your hands on several things, it's still towards your career. Number three, build the right relationship because you need it for your career. And number four, attend conferences as much as possible. And number five, I would say that invest in you. So how do you invest in you? Your career is huge. Career is wide. Career is not just about what you go to school to study. Your career can come from the skills that you even learn outside school words. Your career can actually come from the things that you personally enjoy doing. Your career can actually come through the experiences that you have gathered over the years. And the other side of your career is through the degree you back from school. You want to invest in yourself. So, for example, you want to discover your talent. Yeah, you want to discover your talent because everybody is saying that you don't want to do one thing. Like, there is so much to you than actually doing one thing. So you want to do more than one thing. So at a point in my life, I was doing MC. Yes, I did MC at a point. Would I even still go back to MC? Why not? I mean, speaking is natural to me. And yeah, at a point I did MC. At a point I was teaching. And I thought about how I started teaching at the age of 13. At a point I was teaching. At a point I also worked in the radio. Yeah, because I love to talk. So I was building my media profile at that time as well. I won't say that. Another thing that I also I learned myself is that I also learned some digital skills myself. I learned social media management, content creation. I also have a little bit of website development that I can lay my hands upon. Even there was a time I still want to teach. Yes, I still teach. And even me appearing on your screen is another flair of mine that I develop. I love to talk. Yeah, because I have kids now. I may not even let me go out and start taking gigs, speaking gigs. So I decided, okay, let me even open my YouTube channel because I love to talk. So yeah, so I would say that invest in yourself. Yeah, even myself, another way of investing in yourself, you might want to go for second degree, like masters, even PhD. See, in your 20s are your most productive age, and whatever you do in your 20s can literally affect, it's just like what you reap, what you sow is what you're going to reap, and I would just say that be open-minded, and most importantly, don't stop investing yourself. Like a lot of youth are looking for money, but the truth is that value, money chase value. Let me say it that way. Money chase value. So when you have value to offer, people are going to chase it with money. So instead of you chasing people that have money, why don't you invest in yourself? And before you know it, everybody's looking out for you, and people are literally begging you to take this money, this million. So I really hope that with the point that I've shared with you, you can take a back seat or think about them, and you can structure yourself that, okay, where do I see? And this popular word say, where do you see yourself in the next 10 years? Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? If you ask me, I have my own goals where I see myself in the next 5 years. When I was 20s, I asked where I'm living now is it's even beyond where I see myself. And that's the beauty of setting goals, because goals can be met, goals can be surpassed, goals can be readjusted, goals can be edited. Goals, just set your own goals for yourself. It is very important that you can't just be waking up and say, oh, let me just do several things. You need to set goals for yourself. And before you know it, you are living it. I remember that I set goal that I want to, work with UN, United Nations, WHO. And really, I have worked with them at one point or the other. I am still looking forward to even working with them more and more. And that's the beauty of goals. So I wish you success in your career. And let me know if you have any information or you have any question that you want me to answer. Please use the chat box, use the comment section. I'm going to respond to them. And please don't forget to subscribe to my video. See you in my next video. Bye.